Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a university advice video for you. I did a sick from advice video last year because I had just finished my A-levels and you guys really liked that, and so I figured that now that I finished my first year at university I would do a university advice video. I really hope you find this video helpful. Obviously I just want to help you guys out, try and give you my advice because obviously I've lived through my first year of university now. I feel like I've gained some knowledge along the way, and so I thought I may as well share it with you, help you guys out. You may also notice that my hair looks a little bit different. It's a lot shorter. I got a lot cut off and it's also straight at the moment. Well, kind of straight. It's like a little bit curly, but my hairdresser like blow dried it straight, and so it's very different to normal. But yeah, I'm trying to get used to the short hair because obviously it was like I could sit on my hair before I got it cut, but I think I like it. I think it's grown on me. It was a big move for me to get it all cut off, but I'm glad I did it. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get straight on into the advice. Okay, I've like written everything down in a little notebook, so I have all my notes here. But like before we get into any of the proper advice things, I just want to say don't worry if you're nervous, because that is so normal. I think most people are nervous when they start university because it's such a big change in life. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So my first piece of advice is to give it time. For some people, university is just an incredible experience from the get-go. They love freshers, they love their course, they love friends and socializing, and they're just like thriving, and that's great for them. But for other people it takes a lot longer to settle in, get used to it, get used to the big change. And so my advice to you is to just give it time. Don't worry if freshers week or even the whole of semester 1 isn't that great, because you're still settling in, you're still meeting people. I personally really loved university straight away, but semester 2 was a lot better for me just because by that point I'd already like met all my friends, and I don't know, I was all settled in. It was just so much more fun. So definitely give it time. It's different for everyone. Different people will take different lengths of time to get used to it. So yeah, definitely give it at least like the semester. I've also heard that if you're feeling homesick, you should try and stick it out until Christmas before going home, because apparently it makes it worse if you go home in semester 1. I don't know personally, like I didn't have this issue, but for a lot of people that's what I've heard. So anyway, my second piece of advice is to put yourself out of your comfort zone, or at least try to put yourself out of your comfort zone. I would say just like fake it till you make it, you know. Obviously I know it's scary to put yourself out of your comfort zone, but I personally think just like, especially in freshers, knock on people's doors, introduce yourself to strangers, all that kind of stuff, because that's how you're gonna meet people, that's how you're gonna make friends. And I think the thing to remember is everyone at uni, especially in freshers, just wants to socialize, have a good time, make friends, settle in. And so you going up to someone and introducing yourself, they're not gonna think that's weird. They're just going to be grateful to you for like opening them up to new people. I feel like sometimes being confident and talking to people is scary because you think they're going to think it's weird, but like especially in freshers week and at uni, that's not, people won't think that's weird. Like people will just be happy that you're introducing yourself and putting yourself out there. And I feel like if you give out like confident energy, even if you're just like putting it on, people will be drawn to you because that's good energy, you know. So yeah, just try and put yourself out of your comfort zone as hard as it is, because for me that's how I've met some of my closest friends at uni. Okay, my next piece of advice is don't feel pressure to drink if you don't want to. Obviously drinking culture is a huge thing at university. It's one of the main things you think about when you think about university, and I personally do enjoy like a little bit of drinking and partying, but I am also one of those people who doesn't like to drink too much. So I will enjoy a party, but like I've never felt pressure to drink more than I want to drink. And I think that's really important to realize, because you don't have to drink to have a good time, and people aren't going to force you, or at least if they're nice people and people who are worth being friends with, they're not going to force you to drink. So don't worry about that. And also for me, drinking less on nights out saves me a lot of money. Like that's just a little bonus thing. But yeah, just do what works for you, do what's right for you. Go out and drink a lot if that's what you want to do. Be safe though, and if you want to go out and not drink, do that. If you don't want to go out at all, don't go out. It's like as simple as that. No one's gonna judge you for drinking or not drinking. I feel like people who don't really like drinking get really worried that they're gonna be forced to drink, and it's not really like that, or at least in my experience it hasn't been like that. But yeah, if drinking is something you enjoy, then that is there for you as well. Okay, so my fourth thing is that you will find your people. Like you will find your people. There are so many different types of people at university that it's impossible for you not to find your people. I think it's just important to give it time, because this might not happen immediately. It might take a bit of time to find find the right people that you want to spend all your time with, and find the people that are going to be your friends for a while. And also don't worry if you don't get on with your flatmates, because I feel like a lot of people just don't get on with their flatmates. I think you can really easily just expect that you're supposed to get on really well with your flatmates and they're supposed to be your friends for life, but that's honestly not really how it works a lot of the time, and that doesn't really matter. It's only for a year, you're only living with those people for a year, and I think it's important just to try and be civil with them, so it's like comfortable to live with them and you're not fighting all the time and you're not uncomfortable. That you can have a little chat in the kitchen, but you don't have to be best friends. If you don't get on with your flatmates, there are plenty of other fish in the sea. You'll meet people through like clubs, societies, your course, other people in your accommodation. So yeah, I think it's just important to give it time, and remember, you will find your people. If you don't get on with the people you meet straight away, don't worry, you will find the people. Okay, my fifth piece of advice is to try and sort out your second year house as soon as possible. I know this is kind of stressful, but honestly, take it from me, I know that it will save you so much stress around Christmas time if you have it sorted already. I think I sorted my house out in like November or something, and then I just didn't have to think about it over the Christmas holidays. And also, like, the sooner you sort it out, the more choice there will be, because things get rented out pretty quickly. So the sooner you sort it, the more likely you are to have like a decent house, you know? So I think that's just worth keeping in mind. I know it's kind of scary to ask people who they're living with, but honestly, just sort of ask around, like ask your flatmates, ask some of your other friends what they're kind of planning on doing, get a vague idea of what people are thinking, and then you can start to kind of work it out and think about who you want to live with, where you want to live, how many people you want to live with, like whether you want boys, girls, mixture. And also remember, you don't have to live with your flatmates. Like, obviously you don't have to, but like, I'm personally not living with any of my flatmates next year, and that's not because I don't get on with them. I get on with them really well. It's just it ended up working out that we all wanted to live with different people. So yeah, like, don't feel like you have to live with your flatmates. You can still be friends with them if you don't live with them in second year. Like, I'm still friends with my flatmates, but yeah, you can live with whoever you want. Okay, the sixth thing is try to develop a good and healthy work-life balance. You've probably heard this a million times, and it's so hard to kind of work out what a good work-life balance is. Like, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer here. For me, it took me the whole of semester one to get anywhere near to working out what a good work-life balance is for me. Personally, in semester one, I was very work focused, and I wasn't making time for the other things that are important to me, like the gym and social life, and obviously that's not very healthy or balanced. So I would say just like sit down with yourself, try and work out what things are important to you, what things you want to try and fit in to your life, and just make an effort to do that. I think it's really important to remember that you don't have to work all the time. Like, uni is more than just work. It's about fun and life experiences and all that kind of stuff. So maybe you need to fit in the gym, maybe you have a part-time job that you need to fit in, clubs and societies, nightlife, time for Netflix, time for cooking. Really try and fit in time to cook a proper meal in the evening. So I think it's just important to remember that uni is not just work. You need to work on having a balance. I think in semester two, I ended up trying to get all of my work done in the week, and then I had the weekends off, which was actually amazing. I had time to myself on the weekends, and it was the best feeling. It made the week, which was really intense and work packed, it made it worth it because I then had the weekend off, and that was what worked for me. Everything's different. Maybe you want a bit more balance, like spread it out throughout the week and have more free time within the week. It really is just what works for you, and everyone is different. 7 kind of goes on from the last one, but it's to have a routine. I think it really helps to have some kind of structure in your day. Like, I personally like to get up early because that's the time I'm freshest, so I get the most work done, and then I feel like I'm not wasting the day. It helps me to feel productive and like just happy. So that's what works for me. Maybe you're more of an evening working person and you like to sleep in. Also, obviously it will depend on like your lectures and stuff and when you have to get up. Maybe you have 9 AM and then obviously you have to get up kind of early. But yeah, it really just depends. I'm personally not much a fan of putting everything into like a timetable because it just doesn't really work for me. It makes me feel bad if I don't get everything done. But I think just having like a rough idea in your head of some kind of structure or like the different things you need to fit into your day, and then it just helps you to make sure you're getting everything done that you need and want to do. Number 8 is try and implement some kind of exercise into your routine. I did not do this in semester 1. I used to go to the gym really regularly before lockdown, and then semester 1 I wanted to go back to the gym. I got a membership, and then I just prioritized work so much that I just went to the gym like twice in semester 1. And for me, being someone who really enjoys the gym, that was not good because it meant I wasn't getting my exercise. I feel like that really affected me. But in semester 2 I made an effort to get myself back in the gym. I was going regularly 4 times a week, and it helped me so much in semester 2. I cannot tell you how good for my mental health that was, just like the little bit of exercise, because obviously it releases endorphins which make you feel great. Such a mood booster. It makes you feel productive. It also just gives you time to yourself, time to work on yourself, time away from uni work, which is so important. important. It gives you a chance to listen to your favorite music or a podcast. For me, it was a form of self-care, but honestly, it doesn't have to be the gym. You could do a workout in your room, you could do a sports club or society, even just going on like a daily walk on your own or with friends. Just getting your body moving in any kind of way is so good to give yourself time away from uni work and just have a break. Okay, number 9 is to weekly budget. This has helped me so much, and it is what's going to help you stay out of that overdraft, because no one wants to find themselves in the overdraft. So I would say just try and work out how much you think you're going to spend within a week. Like, think about food, going out, I don't even know, like a gym membership maybe, different things that you have to spend money on throughout the week, and work out how much you think you're going to spend in total. And then what I do is I have my student account and my Monzo account, and I basically have a standing order weekly from my student account to my Monzo account, just like of my weekly budget. And then I have that amount of money that I know I can spend each week without going into overdraft, and I obviously can't go over that. And honestly, most of the time I don't even spend my entire weekly budget. And so maybe with that like excess, you could save it up to treat yourself, to go on a big night out, or go out for a nice meal with friends, or to buy a piece of clothing that you've been wanting for a while. And I think it's just a really good way to try and manage your money, because obviously money is a big thing at university. Trying to work out how to manage it can be quite overwhelming, but I think that's quite a simple way that can really help. I've personally found it really helpful. And then my final piece of advice is to reach out for help if you are struggling. Please do not struggle in silence. There are support systems there to help you for a reason. If you need help, if you're homesick, if you're struggling with your course, if you're thinking of changing course, if you're struggling with friends or your flatmates, reach out for help, because it's there for a reason. Either like your personal tutor, or like Southampton has enabling services, which is really good. And like, no one's gonna judge you for struggling. It's so normal. Everyone goes in waves, everyone needs help now and then, and it's completely fine to reach out for help and to admit that you're struggling, because I feel like at uni sometimes people can think you have to seem really strong and capable in order to like come across well. I don't know, that's kind of how I would feel sometimes, but honestly, like, everyone knows, including your lecturers, that you're human and that you struggle sometimes, and that's okay. So ask for extensions if you need it. If you're struggling, just talk to people and don't struggle in silence, even if that's just like a friend or family. I think that can really help you to get through university. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have like my family to talk to about things. And if you have friends in years above, or people who've already gone to uni, ask them for advice on particular things that you might be struggling with. Okay, yeah, so I think that is all of the things that I wrote down as advice for you guys. I really hope they were helpful in any way. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. I will try and get to them for you. But yeah, if you did find this video helpful, or if you enjoyed it, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. And yeah, I think that is pretty much everything, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.